Season 3, Episode 2 of Ted Lasso. We watched last week's episode. It's out there. Check that out if you haven't. We react, we review, we discuss. That's what we're going to do for this one.
A lot of last episode really was this kind of a let's recap where we're at. It was a good episode, but it was really kind of a marker point for where we're starting the season. So I think this episode going forward is where we'll see real progress.
We got some other players we need to revisit too. We'll see what happens. I think you're right, though. All right, let's go.
All right.
Well, we can't play this part. Get destroyed for copyright.
We could get to know each other a little, maybe loosen things up around here.
Well, I've worked with this lot before, and yeah, this is as loose as they get.
So obviously Keeley did not do the hiring.
Good morning, Via! Hey, look who's here. Hi,
Trent Crimm.
Ted. Trent
Finally.
Crimm, are you kidding me?
He wants to write a book about us.
Oh, yeah?
I think there's a story here worth telling, Ted.
Yes.
We got ourselves a
we
Trent Crimm
all love
plot line
the
now.
idea.
I mean, geez, you know, like...
Do not want him to write this book. Oh, yeah. They got a little bond. The eye contact. Him and Trent. He's going to say yes.
Sure, what the heck? Why not?
Let's
get started. No time like...
Zava is leaving Juventus.
Whoa!
What about their kids? I'm sorry, I didn't know what any of those things meant. I thought it was like Greek mythology or something. I was just lost. I just went...
I was going to say, I didn't know what any of that meant.
He's about to leave his club.
Zava has played for 14 teams in 15 years, leaving behind nothing but chaos and trophies. Beautiful, shiny trophies.
Yes, but Leslie, who wants to deal with all that drama?
See, Arsenal, United, West Ham.
I say let's just go for it. I mean, maybe he's a handful, but who doesn't love a handful?
Well, I mean, if you're talking salted peanuts...
As soon as she heard
You're
West
talking
Ham.
Skittles, though? No, thank you. No, the dye melts and it gets all over your fingers, makes them all sticky. And that, you could print.
If this means Ted and Trent Crimm are going to be working closely together, I love it.
Am I to assume that you're going to pursue a notoriously mercurial player you can't really afford simply because the team your ex-husband owns wants him?
Yes.
Love that.
How you doing? You good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm all right. You?
Yeah, not bad, yeah. Gym, just went to the gym. So, yeah, good. Glad you're good. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, bye.
Right.
Yeah, I was wondering
teasing
about
us.
that.
Yeah.
Whoa. Keeley and Roy broken up.
What? Who told you that?
Study your body language. Just look at them. No eye contact. Keeley's crossed arms. Roy's clenched arse. It's science.
Jamie wants to move in because he did admit that he loved her.
I don't know. I mean, that is the way it feels. I feel like this is an interesting moment for the writers or the character to say, like, how is he any different? I don't know.
What you
Or maybe he is.
You and Keeley break up?
Who told you that?
No one. I use body science. Why, is it true?
What's that fucking face?
It's called empathy, you dusty old fart. As someone...
You didn't dump me.
You dumped her. Why?
I want to talk about it.
Oh.
Why'd you come in
Okay.
here?
Now we know. Oh, boy.
Fuck you doing?
Okay.
I was going to hug you.
You came at me too fast.
Jesus, sorry. Forgot how skittish
Too
elderly people
fast.
could be because of the war. Come on, man, I was just trying to come for you. You say a fucking word about it either, William.
No, I won't.
I actually just wanted to debate ourselves.
One, what would you think if we signed Zava? Oh, that's good, right?
He's a living legend. You know who Zava is.
Beg to differ, Claudia Schiffer.
Some viral video. That's how Ted would know.
Because that's Zava. Well, shoot, I didn't even know this fella played football. Hey, I said football without even thinking about it. Boy,
Yes, he did.
it really works.
We just had the most upsetting rumor.
Okay, is this about us getting Zava?
We're getting Zava?
I just wished for that 30 seconds ago.
talking about Zava, what were you so upset about? Is it because Trent Crimm's writing a book about us?
What? Wait, Trent Crimm's writing a book about Zava joining our team.
No, he's just coming here to write a book about the team.
Zava's writing a book about us.
No, Trent Crimm.
Why would Zava write a book about Trent Crimm?
What were you so worked up about?
Roy and Keeley broke up.
Whoa. Thank you.
Fuck's going on?
Always walking in when he's being talked about.
We're getting Zava.
Roy, you want to talk about it?
No, I'm not talking about me and Keeley.
No, I meant Zava. Do you want to talk about it?
Sure, he's nuts, but he'll help us win games.
That time I was actually talking about you and Keeley. Hey, Will, where is it? And grab my CD called Ted's Breakup Mix, okay?
Got it.
Okay.
What's a CD?
Oh, boy.
On it.
Hey, Coach, you don't need my... We've all been dumped before, right, fellas?
She didn't dump me. I broke up with her. What?
And this is the locker room. Hello, boys. Believe you all know Trent Crimm.
There's a lot happening in this one scene.
No one says a fucking word around this prick unless they want my forehead through their fucking skull.
We'll work out the specifics later. But until then, welcome, Trent.
Woo!
Danny.
I mean, fuck off, Trent Crimm.
That whole locker room scene, there was so much, like, you could just rewatch that. It's his own little I don't know, segmented part of an episode. Like, it just worked a beginning to end. It was just boom, 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 boom. It was like a stage play, just people walking in and out.
Zava doesn't want to meet with us.
What? Why not?
His people said it would be a waste of time for us and an embarrassment for him.
Oh, that feels like an unnecessarily cruel response.
Came right out and said, I will not sign with West Ham.
Oh, shit. That's only going to make Rupert want him more.
Oh, there's nothing Rupert can do.
Oh, great. Now you've jinxed it.
But I...
No, it's too late. Jinxed it. Well done.
Oh.
That's a Rebecca and Higgins moment, like classic one from the first season. A little interesting tracking shot of Trent Crimm walking through.
Looking good out there today.
He's a smart guy. He'll figure this out.
Well, he knows the person he has to deal with is Roy.
Right. Oh, he's got Nate's old desk. It's a great shot there.
Right. Yeah. No, well, I'm here now. It's going very well, actually. I'm just getting settled. Yes. Yeah, everyone's been very welcoming. Yeah. No, I can hear that that noise too. I'm not sure if is that me or you? I'll take this outside.
You've hired a former model with no previous experience, no higher education for a job that doesn't exist. Lovely.
There's got to be a showdown between Keeley and her.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also Keeley figuring out what she wants out of her company and her day-to-day.
Massive amount of snow globes.
Oh, yeah, I collect them. Well, you know, the firm sends me from company to company, and yeah, wherever I go, I just buy a snow globe.
I think it's incredibly charming.
Or they get along.
Maybe you and I can see how good it feels to believe in someone else. Together.
Big theme of the show.
Yeah?
Maybe you could just give me a chance.
No.
Fuck off.
I was going to say, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Oh, we got ourselves a match. I always like when they have that actually happening in the episode. It feels like you're back into the show.
They've got a whole season to cover, so they couldn't slack off on it for too long.
Zava and Chelsea are pretty much a done deal. I have the confirmation of that from a very reliable source. My wife knows an agent whose masseuse moonlights as an airline steward on private jets. Now, she wasn't working today, but her co-worker,
Wow.
who can read lips, he saw Zava mouth the word Chelsea a lot.
God, I wish I could read lips.
Okay, has anyone seen Rupert? Is there any sign of him?
Fuck you, you up geezer.
Hello, Roy, welcome back.
Heard the news. I broke up with her. Why? I mean, you guys were perfect together. Fucking Bruce.
It's Zava. So what, man? My heart is racing. I haven't been this nervous to play in front of someone since I was in El Chapo's youth league. Move, man.
That's cute.
Yeah.
There's Rupert.
What now? I just felt so lucky because he wanted me. He made me feel special. Chosen.
That's what she is seeing in Zava.
He made me feel like that.
Yep.
We get one goal and we're right back in this thing, yeah? But right now, we are being so unoffensive, we might as well be a Hallmark Christmas movie. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Coach, how many shots on goal we have that had?
So every time we're going past the halfway line, they just...
Come on, you got to talk about what are you accomplishing by doing this? You're going to lose the game. Communicate.
I speak with you.
How much time do they have here? I'm getting anxious.
What the fuck's a Hallmark Christmas movie?
Hey, look, I don't know what your beef is with Trent. He was about to sabotage a whole lot more than a silly football match. You feel me? Thank you. Hallmark Christmas movies are films that feature women from the big city falling in love with their childhood crushes. It's usually some fella that owns a Christmas tree farm. Sometimes he's also Santa Claus.
He's also Santa Claus or a prince.
They suck, they're great. Yes, mostly suck. They're also kind of great.
I like Roy just absorbing what he's saying.
Newcomer Roy Kent is an overhyped, so-called prodigy whose
Saved it.
unbridled rage and mediocre talent rendered his Premier League debut a profound disappointment.
All I really did was look for the worst in people. I'm sorry.
You can talk around this brick now.
Hey, you man, listen. What I'm saying is...
Got off the phone with my son's karate teacher, who used to date the woman who ran Zava's avocado farm.
Would you please get on with it?
He might be going to West Ham.
Shit!
I knew it.
Rebecca can do better, I bet.
You know what? If Rupert can sweet talk Zava into joining his club, then so can I.
Yep.
Excuse me. Thank you. Sorry. Excuse me.
And we're back for the second half. Chris, do you think
Go, Rebecca.
When she's determined, I mean, come on. Let's go.
See you soon.
Can't wait.
That's it?
You know, Rupert, I was a little bit surprised when you bought West Ham. I always thought that Richmond was your one true love.
I've wondered that myself.
Guess I'm just like any man. Just get bored with the same old, same old.
Last one hurt.
It always seems to. He always finds a way to get to her, and she never gets the last word in that is satisfying, I feel like. There we go. Yes. I thought that was it.
You are such a fucking chicken shit.
Whoa.
I mean, if you were great, truly great, you could play anywhere. But instead you choose a club like West Ham because it's big and shiny, and you know that they'll win whether you're there or not. And you'll never have to wonder if you're still as good as you tell everyone you are. But you and I know that you're not. You're overrated.
He's still peeing. I can't get past that.
Is this the moment? Obi Sanya's going to have a go. Oh, it's in off the face of Rowan.
Rowan's face.
The newest member of Chelsea Football Club, Zava.
Huh.
He's gonna tell him no.
Zava will play for Richmond.
There it is.
What?
Of course, this is going to bring a whole host of new problems, but we'll get there when we get there.
Jamie's not gonna like it because he's kind of been the star of the team.
Please tell Jan I said hello.
I would, but she still finds our relationship threatening. Night, guys.
Good night.
Night, Coach.
I think everyone has a friend who's dated somebody that's been like that.
I'm just curious. What was it like being back at Chelsea? All them fans sure were happy to see you.
Just felt sad. Last season, I was there. We played a match against Arsenal. That was the first time ever I thought, I can't keep up anymore. And that was all I could think about for the rest of the year. I don't want to be one of them broken down footballers just taking up space until they're dropped years after they should have been.
Yeah, well, a lot of folks think it's better to quit than be fired. Yeah.
There's a part of me. Maybe I should have stayed. Just fucking enjoyed myself.
Talking about Chelsea or Keeley?
Hey, if you wouldn't have left Chelsea when you did, we probably never would have met.
It's quite the metaphor.
Yeah. It also makes for a heck of a nickname.
Night, Ted.
Good night, sport.
Interesting way to end the episode. No Nate at all this episode.
No Nate, only in mentioning. I don't know that I'll look back on this as like being one of the all-time sort of classic episodes of Ted Lasso. Maybe I will, but I do feel like this had everything I like about the show, just jam-packed in a good way in it. The humor was rapid fire. I felt like every character kind of hit their mark on both being surprising, but also what you expect of them. And this just was a very Ted Lasso episode.
That locker room scene where they all find out that Roy and Keeley broke up, that might make it a memorable episode. Everyone hit their mark beautifully in that scene.
Yeah, it was chaotic. It was a little who's on first sort of
Yeah.
bit going on. And I think you might be right. That could be one of those go-to sort of iconic scenes or segments of Ted Lasso.
Last episode, they did mention that maybe they need to start looking for more talent. So obviously then pivoting in this episode to there being a big talent out there, which is going to, obviously shake up the club quite a bit because the new talent has got quite the ego on him. That could be interesting dynamic with Jamie because Jamie's been kind of the star of the team. That could definitely prove for some interesting episodes. And everybody's just fangirling over Zava.
There's a lot of different layers to this Zava thing. I think ultimately it's serving as like this vehicle for, hey, if we're going to kind of tell this final arc of our story, we need to prove that these characters have been tried, they've been tested, they've learned, they've grown. We've already kind of got hints of it with Jamie. We've already got a little bit of indication that maybe this is going to be a big challenge for him. It was interesting because they twisted it on us, right? They gave us that little indication that maybe he was going to make a move on Keeley, which would have seemed natural, especially considering he confessed his love for her, if you really think about it, several episodes ago. Right. But then they flipped it on us. It was a way of showing that maybe he has changed, maybe he has grown, and they've continued to do that from season 2. Well, now he's faced with someone that is coming in with talent and loves the attention. I wonder if they're going to flip it on us again. Maybe Jamie's grown past that enough where that's not even a concern. He mentioned the fans are not going to like this. And I wonder if he's thinking bigger picture that no one else is thinking. And he's going to be the one to see really what's right for the team, for the club, for the fan base, and not Jamie Tart. Just that's a theory. I think the only other major thing I want to touch on for the sake of kind of discussion for this episode is the Trent Crimm dynamic. I think it's interesting having sort of a neutral party sort of walking through the hallways, literally and figuratively, amongst these players. I think it's going to be a good way of bringing it full circle. Let's conclude this little run of this series by having Trent Crimm do like a comprehensive gathering of information and write up and observe and see things that maybe we didn't get to see in those first 2 seasons.
I think Dr. Sharon served that purpose in the second season, being the outsider, but that was so much of a therapy season. And since we're kind of moving past that, I think Trent is a great addition. And I also like the fact that we got a little bit of an idea of what Trent started out as when Roy confronted him about that old article, because we've seen Trent be a good guy. He let Ted know that Nate was the source about his panic attack. And so it'll be interesting definitely to see how he plays into the dynamic of the team in general. And if he gets more of a hands-on or if he's just going to be an observer the whole time.
I think he'll be a somewhat passive observer, but he'll obviously be interacting with everyone. But I think you kind of mentioned Dr. Sharon. That's the way I see this. Dr. Sharon served that role to a degree, but she was a character that forced a lot of these other characters to look inward, challenge themselves, grow as human beings, heal as human beings. Trent Crimm is going to be there to document the outcome of that and see the kind of finality of it all and the outcome of what all the characters in Dr. Sharon in that regard has accomplished. And look, Dr. Sharon could easily come back in and be a big part of this too. Not saying she won't be, but I think that's it just makes sense, the sequence of things.
I just want to mention it real quick. I did find it funny that, Beard's girlfriend thinks that him and Beard have an unhealthy relationship. I did get a kick out of that.
Oh man, Beard and Jane in couples therapy with Dr. Sharon. That would be something. Oh, I can't go there. I can't go there. Cannot go there.
Though I will say though, this episode set up on the idea that there might not be a Roy teacher romance, because it feels like they're already laying the groundwork for him to evolve into not running away before things go rough.
Or
he obviously
with the teacher and does exactly that and doesn't run away from her when things go. Look, she's coming back. I don't know what capacity and how long. It's got to. They got to conclude that. I'm going to be so mad if they don't bring that up again.
Well, Phoebe, we're in a new season, and Phoebe might have a new teacher at this point. You don't know that she's still got the same teacher.
They'll run into each other somehow. Grocery store. I don't know. They'll find a way.
I'm just saying they're laying the groundwork for him and Keeley to get back together. So we'd love to hear your comments and your thoughts and opinions. Where there's something we missed, leave it in the comments down below. And of course, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we will see you next week for another episode of Ted Lasso. And this is Adam and Andrew with It Takes Two Takes.
Boom.